It's your 10th test, 59, and a bit of fight with the bat. Yeah. Is it time for a big, tall fella like you to stand up and claim that you're an all-rounder?
I wouldn't say claim that. Yeah, I wouldn't say it like that. But everyone knows that my goal is to become an out-and-out all-rounder. So I am working hard on my batting and my bowling, especially. But I know as well my main focus is actually with the ball. So just personally for me, I'm working extra hard on my batting. Just sort of putting my hand up whenever I can for the team. So yeah.
Marco, you've been nominated for one of the ICC's Emerging Players of the Year. How do you reflect on what was basically your first full year as international cricketer? How do you think it did go overall?
Yeah, I think it didn't start great, because especially my first over in Test cricket went for 14. But yeah, after this year, I haven't really thought about it yet or reflected. But yeah, it's gone actually way better than expected. Couldn't have asked for a better start, I guess. But yeah, just to get nominated is a massive honour and a privilege for me. So yeah.
Marco, yeah. Marco, Dean spoke a bit about pride after the loss in Melbourne. Just wondering how you personally had you look on this test. We know it's a dead rubber in terms of the series, but I guess you still also have the World Test Championship in your sights too.
Yeah, definitely. I think we have 3 test matches left until the final. So obviously we want to win all 3 to give ourselves the best chance possible to get into the Test Championship final. So yeah, it's not like we're only going into this game just thinking, okay, it's just another game, we can just cruise through it or whatever. There's still a goal, there's still a purpose into going into this next test.
How do you make sure that the result is different, especially after such a convincing loss?
Yeah, personally for me, it's just going out there. I know everyone gives their best, but at the end of the day, it's trying to figure out what we can do as individuals to influence the team in a good way or influence the game in a good way. So whether it is taking 5 blows to the body or whatever while you're batting, or bowling that 7-8 overs on the trot for the team, or just sort of recognizing the moment and then doing whatever you can in your power to influence the team or help the team help to get the team into a good position to win the game. Because you can say all these nice things, yeah, 100 partnerships or 200s or whatever the case may be, but at the end of the day, it's not always the case where people score 500 runs and then you win the game. It's like, for instance, like the first test, maybe a good 101 partnership of 80 or 100 that wins you the game. So yeah, it's just, for me personally, I think it's just recognizing or trying to find those moments and then capitalizing on it to influence the team in a good way.
And has the team done some soul searching? Like, have you reflected on the loss? What's the chat amongst the team so the result is different?
Yeah, we always have chats after the game. We sort of take a day where we reflect individually, and then we come together as a team, and then we speak about what we can improve on and all those kind of things. So yeah, mainly the chats were like, everyone knows our skill levels. We have the skill. Like, it's not a case of someone has to work on their outswinger or their front foot going too far across or whatever the case may be. It's just making that mental shift and deciding and making a conscious decision to say that, okay, I'm going to put my hand up here and I'm going to do whatever it takes to influence the team in a good way or to get my team over the line. Yeah. So yeah.
You had a pretty engrossing battle with Steve Smith for a period there during the Melbourne Test match. Did you feel you were causing him problems? And is that, when you're taking on one of the best batters in the world, is that something that really sort of gets you going out there in the middle?
Yeah, I actually only not recognized, but someone, I think KG came to me and then he said, listen, Marco, just keep going because he's not looking comfortable. I think that was after my 3rd over bowling to him. So I didn't even recognize or see that he was not struggling, but he was finding it a bit challenging. And only after that, I could actually see that, okay, I mustn't shy away, I must keep going, hitting at hard length. But yeah, those, for me, like I said now, I always try and see moments, and then if I see a moment, then I'll go even harder in that moment to try and influence the team in the best way possible, whether it's with the ball, whether it's in the field or with a bat. So after KG came to me and when he said whatever he said, that's when I recognized, okay, I can't just bowl a floater here. I have to keep on him, because we might take a wicket here. So yeah.
Marco, there's some talk that Australia might debut a guy called Lance Morris. Do you guys know much about him?
No, I don't know much about him. I just heard he bowls rockets. So, but yeah, I haven't really seen him yet. So.
One more here. Just talking about the advice that KG gave you. Is there anyone else in the team who's like, is he the one who particularly takes the bowlers under his wing, especially someone like yourself?
All the bowlers, like all five of us, or Lungi, Anna and Kesh as well. Just at that moment, KG was standing at mid-on or mid-off, I think. And then he just came to me because he saw the moment, or he saw whatever was happening. So whenever, like that, I remember in Brisbane, Anrich also came to me, also saw something, and he also gave advice. So whenever we, as a bowling unit, see something, I wouldn't say it's one particular person, but whenever we see something as a bowling unit, we try and help each other out where we can.
Cool, we got just.
Oh yeah, I was just going to say, Marco, it's obviously been a tough tour on the field. Did you just get a chance over the New Year period to let your hair down and have a bit of fun and that sort of thing?
Yeah, we watched the fireworks, so it was quite cool. We, myself and a few guys waited till New Year's, and we watched the fireworks going off from the bridge and all those kind of stuff, which was quite cool. Otherwise, just been relaxing in the room, trying to clear our heads, I would say, or I try to clear my head, just to prepare myself for the next test.
So, we spoke about Lance Morris just before. So he bowls 150. He's known as the wild thing. Do you embrace the challenge? We heard Dave Warner speak about facing Nokia, and he really relished that in Melbourne. But would you say bring it on as South African team?
We really don't have a choice, do we? But yeah, like I said, it's making that mental, not switch, but it's making that conscious decision. Whether, because facing 150, I can imagine it's not nice. So, and everyone knows it's not nice. So it's not about, okay, this guy bowls 150. How am I going to get through this? It's trying to take that, not negative energy, but taking that difficult situation, I would say, and turning it into a positive. And for instance, if I were to face someone like Anrich, I would try and tell myself every ball, listen, doesn't matter, you're gonna get hit eventually. So you can either choose to run away from it, or you can choose to try and front up and give yourself the best chance to perform. So I would say we're definitely going to embrace it. It's not going to be easy, but it's a nice challenge to look forward to.
Oh, well, we'll go one
I was
last
just
one.
going to say, you spoke about sort of taking some time to clear your head and that sort of thing ahead of this test. Has it been a really tough tour? I mean, obviously you're young in your career, but has this been sort of one of the tougher tours of your career?
On the field, yes, it wasn't easy, but off the field there's quite a few things that we could have, or especially me, where I could have done that helped clear my head. For instance, I brought my golf clubs with, so I would go to the driving range, hit a few balls, clear my head. So in terms of that, it was quite nice. Where, for instance, in a place like India, there's not much for me personally to do. So I spend most of my time in my room, call my family, all those kind of stuff. So for me, off the field, yeah, it was quite easy to relax and to sort of get away from the game and get my head clear. So, yeah.